Go. This meeting come to order. Mr. Castile, would you like to lead us in the prayer of thanks?
Lord, thank you for allowing us to come together today to learn all the good things that our students are learning and that the staff has been preparing over the summers to help them to have a better school year, Lord. And we just thank everyone for being here today. We pray for the young man at Iowa High School that he continues healing. And Lord, just allow us to be open and have a safe trip home, after the meeting. So, in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
roll call next.
Okay, here we go. Ms. Ayo,
Present.
Mr. Baumgartner, Ms. Fino, Ms. Gay, Mr. Hardesty, Ms. Hardy McReynolds, Mr. Natale, Mr. O'Bain, Mr. Pishon, Dr. Washington, Mr. Bro, Mr. Castile, Mr. Roberts, Mr. Tarver, Dr. Wallace. We don't have a quorum, but we don't need it.
All right. Next first up, we have, CNI overview.
Yes, ma'am. So first and foremost, I want to say welcome back officially to our 2025-2026 school year. I want to first, before we begin anything, I want to take some time to commend the entire CNI department, which is here today. They spent a lot of man hours this summer redoing some things, undoing some things. Some of them gave up their summer vacations, but they spent a lot of time getting us ready and prepared for this school year. So before, without we start or anything, I definitely want to commend them for the job they've done. There are several consultants, administrative directors, supervisors who are behind me. This is the reason that we were able to have a successful school year. It's because of the people in the CNI department and beyond. So I just want to give them the time to say thank you. Moving forward, just kind of recapping, before we left for the summer, the CNI department got together and we collaborated and organized the very first leadership summit here in Calcasieu Parish. This was a culmination of all district leaders, school leaders, and aspiring leaders. This was a 3-day event that was held at LaGrange High School. Based on the survey results that we got, it was very well received. I will admit at first, because it was the end of the year and it was something that was new, we did have a little pushback. But based on the survey, and it was an anonymous survey, so it was well received throughout the district. So I do want to commend the staff for putting that together. The purpose of this summit was to be able to align our best practices here in CPSB. And I will say that the staff did a phenomenal job. Most recently, as you guys probably have seen through our media push out, CPSB is once again one of the top growing districts in the state. Just kind of turn the eye to some of the people. R.W. Benson Elementary with an 8-point increase, Benton High with a 7-point increase, and DeQuincy Middle with a 6-point increase. Also, our top performing schools at each level was T.S. Cooley, Moss Bluff Middle, and Florida High School. As we move forward, we're continuing with alignment, as you guys have heard me say before, with the new LDOE accountability system that's on the horizon. We proactively prepared and made many changes. Again, our goal is always to move all students throughout the district forward, on and over in every school, every community, every day. And what better way to do that than focus on instruction? And that has been what we're driving home this particular year, is that we are focusing on instruction. The goal of this program, of our department this year, is to really be in the schools. We want to live in the schools. Not saying that we have not done that in the past, but we've been a little bit more intentional. This time we've been in the schools because we've also developed our very first coaching plan throughout the district. There was several man hours that came with this, a lot of voices. We spent a lot of time, but collectively, the entire CNI department, from early childhood, elementary, middle, and high, got together and we put together our first district coaching plan. So we're hoping that pays great dividends. We've also standardized the way that we conduct ILTs and TC meetings, with aligning how we do that, also contributing to our critical attributes. I also want to be able to pinpoint that not only are we doing that, but we are also monitoring our new principals. As you guys may have known, we've had a tremendous, not say turnover, but addition of several new leaders throughout the district. And our focus has been on focus on their social and emotional well-being, supporting them where they need us. And from the feedback we've gotten thus far, we're probably in schools too much. As they say, they've never seen the district leadership staff on campuses thus far. So I don't want to bore you guys. I have several highlights that's yet to come, but I did ask for our department heads to be able to come and speak to you for about 2 to 3 minutes. One, so that you see the person with the face, besides seeing them in the email, which lets you know the great things that's happening in their department. So we're not going to go in any specific order, but the first person we have up is going to be Dr. Shauna Anderson, who's our supervisor of special projects.
Thank you, Mr. Harvey. Good afternoon. I am Dr. Shauna Anderson with the Special Projects Department. We are pleased, my department is pleased to share a significant and encouraging update from the Special Projects Department. As the most recent review by the Louisiana Department of Education indicates, 46% of our schools previously labeled as comprehension intervention required have successfully met criteria for exit and are no longer identified under this designation. Now, for the criteria, I do have a booklet that I'll share with you guys that gives you information to help you understand what it takes to receive a label and what it takes to not have the label any longer once you receive the label. It goes into greater detail, but I did not want to take the time today to explain because it's a lot to get through. So I've created this little document for you. If you have any questions, my information is right here on the front where you can reach out just for the sake of time. So again, 46% of our schools previously labeled as CIR have met the criteria to exit. This progress reflects the hard work and commitment of our school leaders. I often say being a principal is probably the hardest job in this district, especially if you're in one of the schools with the labels. So their hard work and commitment have driven meaningful growth in core academic areas. So from my department, we continue to extend our sincere commendations to these leaders, their staff, and the school communities in which they serve. Their dedication has created real momentum towards lasting school improvement. This success was made possible through collaborative efforts across the district. The curriculum and instruction team, our C&I department, worked hand in hand with school leaders with strong guidance and support from our Chief Academic Officer, Mr. Harvey. We worked to deliver targeted academic support. The alignment of district-level expertise and school-based leadership has proven vital in reaching this very important milestone. As we celebrate this progress, we remain committed to supporting the schools still designated as critical, as comprehensive intervention required and urgent intervention required, which is UIR, according to the criteria set forth by the Louisiana Department of Education. The Special Projects Department will continue to provide support, resources, and coaching to help these schools move towards successful outcomes. And I feel very confident that we're on the right path, along with the other C&I departments, to make that happen. In addition to this, I am excited to share that the literacy initiative will remain a vital and major focus of my department for the 25-26 school year. I will continue to host literacy events and initiatives designed to promote the love of reading and support literacy development for all students. As part of these efforts, I may reach out to you, our valued board members, with invitations to read to students at various schools throughout the school year. Your presence and involvement are always meaningful and can serve as an inspiration to our students. I know, Ms. Ayo, you were the librarian when I served as AP at FK, so you may be one of the first ones I called to come and read. So thank you again for your continued support for our schools, our students, and the work we are doing to improve academic outcomes across the district as we continue to dream big, work hard, and make it happen. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Anderson. We truly appreciate the work you do. As many people may know, and as she said, she is in charge of our CIR, URL schools, which we know we're trying to remove all those labels from all those schools. So that work is not going to be done in elementary, middle, and hopefully that will go back to high. But thank you, Dr. Anderson. We appreciate you. The next department we have is going to be led by our administrative director. Oh, I'm sorry.
Hold on, before we go on to the next one, I have a couple questions to kind of tie into that. And it's not so much for her to answer, maybe for you or, Kilo Ball.
I've been,
Thank you.
Yes.
Dr. Van.
yes, sir.
So, all of our schools that we have, we put money where it needs to be spent, and we do a lot of things that we can to try to get all of our schools to not be labeled or be on any kind of adverse list. So I have a couple of things I kind of want to figure out what we're doing. What are we doing in a lot of these schools? You always hear that some of the schools that are on there are struggling, whether it's not only academics, but it's discipline and external factors and all that. If you don't have discipline and respect in the schools, you're not going to have any kind of learning that's going on at all. So what are we kind of doing to kind of get some of that? And then the second thing, one thing that I've heard over the years that I've been on the board is a lot of children, when they go home, can't get support at home because their parents don't have the ability or the knowledge to be able to help kids with homework or whatever. So what are we doing to try to reach out? So we're talking about learning initiatives and literary initiatives and all that kind of stuff. Are we doing anything to try to reach out to the family units, like to the parents? Or I know we used to have a thing at the mall years ago that they would try to do things there, or do we have anything to be able to identify the students that are at school that the parents want to help but may not be able to, and do we have anything to kind of help them move along? Because if we get to the family unit, all that will change. I know that's a wide-ranging question, but.
So that's an excellent question regarding the families. So we, in the Special Projects Department, have been trying to bring the families along. As I indicated, we're working in schools. Last year, we had literacy events whereby we made contact with families. We did it after school. We had Crust Pizza as our sponsor, where we did attempt to educate parents and give them information on what they can do to support their kids at school. At home, in addition to that, we gave them literacy games and things along those lines that they could play as a family. I do understand that meeting the needs of the family is how we will meet the needs of students. And so I know when we go in, we're working with the principals to also send those things home with the families. This year, we kind of revamped what we'll be doing for our literacy events, where we will be going during the day. I know elementary schools do an excellent job. They have the cute little folders that they put all the papers in to send home with the students. So this year we'll be going into schools during the day. One of the issues that seems to be prevalent in terms of literacy is access to books at home in our schools that are labeled as CIR and UIR. So we have designated funding. Mr. Spikes and I are working together to purchase books, because we will be sending those books home for the children to begin building those literacy libraries at home. So that is an excellent question on what we're doing to help support the families in order to support the literacy initiative. Any more questions? Thank you.
Good. Okay. Moving forward, the next department, the elementary school department, will be led by the administrative director, Ms. Walona Jackson, our director of curriculum instruction, Ms. Christy Russell, and the senior consultant, Ms. Casey Pugh. I do want to say this before they come up, before Ms. Jackson comes up. Hats off to this department. As you know, we talk about literacy, we talk about all the hurdles that we have to overcome. But I will say that they've done an amazing job working together and implementing some major changes over the summer. So I did want to tip my hat to the elementary department. They have done a phenomenal job. Thank you guys for everything you did.
Good evening, board members, superintendent, and all guests, and all of our other department fellow colleagues. I'm honored to share a brief update on the exciting work happening in our elementary department this school year. In true elementary fashion, you know, we love themes, we dress up, all the things. So our theme this year is Mission 2026, Launching Lifelong Learning. A theme that reflects not only where we're headed, but how we plan to get there with focus, purpose, and a belief in every student's potential. Before I go into what our major focuses are for this year, I'd like those that are here from our department to stand. Russell, in your boot, you still have to stand, I'm sorry. Russell and Ms. Nod are here with us. This year in the elementary department, two of our major focus areas are student interventions in ELA and math, as well as what we're calling empowered leadership, which is our way to build capacity. Starting with interventions. Last spring and into the summer, we partnered closely with colleagues across the curriculum and instruction team to strengthen our literacy intervention efforts. Our goal has been not just to do more, but as Dr. Van Meter said in his back to school in service, is to do what works and continue to do it consistently and intentionally. We're using data more effectively to guide our intervention plans, and we're already seeing results. We're proud to report a 9.5 percentage point increase in the number of K-3 students performing at or above benchmark on the end of the year literacy screener, which is growing us from 56% at the end of last year, or actually the 24 year, 23-24, to 65.5% in the 24-25 school year. We also saw a 2.3 point increase in ELA proficiency for our 3rd through 5th grade students on the LEAP assessment. These gains are encouraging, and they do affirm that we're on the right path. We know we're not there. We know we still have a ways to go, but we're moving in the right direction. Just a few hours ago, we had another exciting step forward. We met with over 60 retired educators and representatives from McNeese State University over at CNI, our Convocation Center. And this was in an effort to recruit these retired teachers and aspiring McNeese educators to be part of our high dosage tutoring initiative. The turnout was incredible, and these tutors will help deliver targeted literacy and math interventions during the school day, providing even more support where it's needed most. Our second major focus, as I said, is empowered leadership, basically capacity building. We believe leadership lies at every level, from our students to our staff. This summer, several of our incredible teachers collaborated with our department consultants to not only design, but lead professional development sessions for their peers during the back to school and service days. This team of teachers will continue to support learning and development throughout the year. Additionally, we're providing monthly support and training for new principals. This year is the year of new. We have a lot of new administrators, so we are doing some intentional targeted support for those new principals, new assistant principals. We also have new curriculum leaders, those with 0 to 2 years experience. We have meetings for new teachers in conjunction with Ms. Julie Span's department, along with just recognizing where we already have strength, and that's in our own network. So we have done some peer mentorship of where we take those veteran administrators and pair them with the new. So that's helping not only grow them confidently in their new role, it's helping again to build capacity, because ultimately, if we can distribute out the work, we can do what Mr. Harvey's asking, be in the schools. We're not tied in, sitting in meetings all day. Someone is always deployed to help where the need is, and that's in the schools. We truly believe that our mission has just launched. We've set the trajectory, and we're moving with purpose. This is only the beginning, and we believe the best is yet to come. Thank you for your support.
Anybody have any questions for Ms. Jackson? Anybody? Thank you, Ms. Jackson. Next up, we will hear from our administrative director of the middle school department. We'll say middle school department, he's talking about it. So I do want to, as I'm going to say for everybody, but I do want to pat Mr. Clanton on the back for the phenomenal job they do. In case you don't know, there was no middle schools in decline. So they have done a phenomenal job of not only just maintaining but rising. So I do want to commend Mr. Clanton and his team for being able to do that. Also, something that we don't track as far as this data, but he has had a couple leadership changes across, some of his schools. the unique thing about this is that several of his assistant principals have become principals in the district. So I just want to say, Mr. Plank, we appreciate the work you do. You and
Yeah, thank you. And so tonight, a representative from our team is Ms. Jody Fondo, English, and then is Ms. Carmen Cuppins here? Yes, hey, Ms. Cuppins. I'm gonna get payback later for that. So Ms. Cuppins is our new World Languages ESL, all things foreign language that you can think of. So we're excited to have her on the team and her team as well, doing the good work. So I came with 3 celebrations, but really 4. And so, as Mr. Harvey indicated, we have seen a steady growth. And like Ms. Jackson also said, we're not where we want to be, but man, we're not where we were. And so for the 3rd year in a row, we've seen an increase in math, English, and science indexes, which that's going to change with the new accountability system. And hot off the press, the social studies scores came back, and there is a lot to celebrate about that. One of the schools sent me a video of the administration team dancing with the social studies teachers. And then another, I got a screenshot of an email of a principal just praising the social studies teachers that we've never seen proficiency, which is mastery and advanced, on grade level or above is the terms we like to use. And she's never seen it that high in social studies specifically. So our children in our classrooms are learning, and each year we're getting more children on grade level. Are we where we want to be? No. I'll be the first to say it, but man, we are making some strides, and that's exciting. So the second celebration is the math proficiency is up 4 years. We have a trend of growth 4 years in a row. That's pretty awesome because for some reason, children just don't like to do math that much. And so we're getting them to do math on grade level. So that's exciting. And lastly, I was looking at some data yesterday, and I noticed a 3-year trend in growth of our SPED students, increasing proficiency as well. And that's exciting that we're figuring out how to meet their needs. And again, we are working. So I'd say one thing looking forward, Mr. Bro, that you asked about discipline. Mr. Pete and I, we have had some meetings where we're gonna, because the behaviors are similar at middle and high school, we're shifting how we do our assistant principal meetings, where they're gonna have middle school APs and high school APs gather together to just talk about real life situations, how to handle them, how did you handle them, how are we handling them, and to make sure that we close the gap in alignment. That has been something that we've talked a lot about, is aligning as much as possible. And we're seeing some fruits on that. Very excited about the literacy initiative, our middle school admin. When you get to middle school, the middle school teachers and principals say, I don't know how to teach a child to read. That's not what we do. That's the elementary. Well, we did work hard as a unit to come up with an aligned process to meet our children where they're at. And our middle school admin and the teachers have responded in the first 10 days of school, far exceeding what I could have thought. They have taken on a new challenge, and they are implementing the screener, and now they're on to diagnosing the children that need to have a diagnostic. And we are identifying children like we have never done before in middle school, with the supports to provide to them. And so if you know Miss Lisa Hill, I want to give her a shout out. I want you to shoot her an email if you don't mind, and just praise her. She got on the call with the state, and her and Miss Domain and Miss Fontenot and Dr. Anderson, and they jumped in, and Miss Lisa Hill really dove deeply into taking the protocol and now applying it to all the schools. So very excited about where we're going. Thank you.
Anybody have any questions for Mr. Plank? All right, thank you. We appreciate you. Our next department, I may get a little louder when I say this because everybody knows I was always a high school guy, so people always call me my favorites, but they're not. But the next person is going to be our high school department. It's going to be led by the administrative director, Mr. Robert P., and director of curriculum instruction, Ms. St. Maybear. Just such attributes as everybody else, what I just said before high school. High school continues to be the Louisiana Department of Education's least favorite child. And I say that because if you watch the new accountability that's changing, they're probably going to have the most work to do. So I do commend them for the work that they do and the consultants do. I truly appreciate that. Also, this is one of the departments that does not have any schools that fall under the UR or CRR status. So I want to commend them for that. Lastly, I think too, they've also done a phenomenal job with the partnership with Sewilla and McNeese State University, and I think they're going to talk to you about that. So, high school work.
Yes, good afternoon. I want to introduce our staff that's here with us tonight. We have Ms. Domain, our ELA consultant, and we have Ms. KK Patton, our science consultant. High school students in Calcasieu Parish have a wealth of opportunities that many other districts do not offer. Tonight, I'm excited and very proud to give you an update on one of our most successful high school opportunities, the virtual instruction program called VIP. What makes VIP so innovative? First, VIP is a solution to the teacher shortage, especially in hard-to-staff content areas like dual enrollment. Most of the staff members in VIP are the only or one of the only teachers in the entire district that can teach the courses they're teaching. Second, VIP is cost effective. Instead of hiring teachers for each of the 11 high schools to teach the 33 different courses being offered in our program, the VIP staff members live stream from LCB to all 11 high schools. Third, VIP provides equity of access to high-quality teachers and high-demand courses. VIP was built on the premise of equity so that no matter the student's zip code, from Starks to Bell City to Iway, LaGrange, Benton, wherever they are in any high school, they have equal access to 33 additional courses that they can take on their home campus. Because VIP courses are on the home campus, barriers to enrollment for these types of courses are removed. Things like distance, no transportation to get to the course, losing credits for travel time to another location, and missing school-based experiences like pep rallies. All of those are removed. The one pager that you have in front of you, the front of it, that has the program, this shows the wealth of course offerings from English, math, science, social studies, the arts, foreign language, and electives. In total, 11 VIP teachers teach 33 different courses, like college algebra, criminal law, human anatomy and physiology, physics, medical terminology, sign language, computer science. The one pager also details that our program provides Calcasieu Parish High School students a chance to earn 3 different associate's degrees and a certificate of general studies without ever leaving their high school or paying any college tuition. The associate's degrees are an associate degree of general studies, fine arts and humanities, degree of general studies, natural science and math, and a degree of general studies, social science, behavioral science. The other side of the handout shows the trend for enrollment across our 11 high schools and the college credits that have been earned. Having over 2,200 enrollments so far this year means that our dual enrollment teachers are teaching around 250 to 300 students a year because they teach one group in the fall and another group in the spring, which is another cost-effective thing because they're teaching double the number than a normal teacher would teach. The numbers for this year are just a prediction because spring dual enrollment numbers will go up, and I ran these last week, and already we have more enrollment since I ran the numbers that are on your paper. Lastly, at the bottom, you'll see a note about literacy courses. We have 2 literacy coaches as part of our VIP model. The literacy coaches are currently going to every high school with the leadership of Ms. Domain, our ELA consultant. They are individually testing all 9th graders at all 11 high schools that scored approaching basic and unsatisfactory on the 8th grade ELA test to identify students with significant reading deficits. The students with these severe reading deficits will be placed in a course, and our literacy coaches will use the VIP model to teach the students how to read. So far, 456 is what I pulled from the course that we have, but the numbers are changing as the students are being tested. So in closing, I want to thank you for supporting our VIP program, and I invite you to come to LCB to visit us and see these amazing opportunities we have in our district. Mhm. Yes, ma'am.
This certificate of general studies, that's in conjunction with the high school diploma. You have to have both, the high school diploma, and you can earn this additionally.
Yes, ma'am. These are dual enrollment, so they're getting a high school credit and they're getting a college credit at the same time when they take these list of courses.
Okay. Are they allowed to take this list of courses if they are identified early on
What do you mean by early on?
of being in danger of being a graduate in their senior year? If you can take these courses, what's the prerequisite for getting in them? These certificate courses, that's what I'm talking about.
Well, all dual enrollment have a standard entry requirement set by the university that we have to follow, and that would be GPA, ACT. They also use Accuplacer as a screener that they can replace an ACT score to get in the courses. So it's not just for the degree, it's for any dual enrollment. Every college has an entry requirement that's tied to scores and GPA to be able to take.
So it doesn't provide a leeway for students. I'm just asking, you have to meet specific requirements to even be able to take these general. See, I'm not familiar with these certificate courses, but,
It's for all of them. The 30 hours, even if I just want to take English Composition 1, there's a standard set by the university to be able to take that course.
okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
I love this, thank you very much.
So do we.
Good. The literacy courses, these are for students that are reading below level.
Yes, ma'am. There, I don't know, Ms. Domingue, she and I just talked in here, and we have some students in 9th grade that are struggling, very much struggling readers. And so we're embedded with the leadership of Ms. Domingue, Ms. Anderson, Dr. Shauna Anderson, as part of our district literacy initiative. I feel pretty proud of that as a high school to have something so aggressive to address the reading deficits in high school. I would say if you looked across the state, you probably wouldn't find a model like what we're doing, that we are literally screening everyone and we have a solution to help fill the gap. If they've gotten to high school and they still can't read or they struggle, we're addressing it with 2 people are handling 11 schools, and it'll end up being 400 or 500 students. There, 2 people will be managing before it's over with the model we have.
That's absolutely awesome. Is there anything in the future, might be a Dr. Van Vito question, to address those with literacy concerns in the middle school?
So that's kind of a theme that you've heard today already, right? Is to focus on literacy across the board. You heard elementary talk about it, you heard middle school talk about it, you heard high school talk about it. So it really is a district focus, and you've probably heard the cohesion amongst all levels in terms of working together to make sure something works. So we have it at all levels. Yes, ma'am.
Thank y'all very much. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Peter and Ms. Avery. Next up, we will have our Administrative Director of Career and Technical Education, Mr. Tony McCardle. A couple of things that you guys probably have seen. I think he put a pamphlet out for everybody, but obviously they have a rebrand going on, and they have a new slogan where they're talking about "We Teach Work," which I think is very attractive to students. So without further ado, Mr. Tony McCardle.
Thank you, Mr. Harvey, board members. Just a few notes. I'm going to cover a few things in each of the departments that I touch: career and technical education, college programs, and also visual and performing arts. But I will keep it in the 3 to 5 minute mark, I assure you. First of all, I'd like to talk about our 3 career coaches, Ms. Marcantel, Ms. Dillery, and Ms. Evans. These guys are responsible for meeting with one-on-one and group sessions, also with the community, about opportunities that Calcasieu Parish students have access to. Last year highlights, they met one-on-one on 19 campus sites with over 5,855 students, including over 1,500 follow-up sessions with those students. 8 student groups visited the CTEC Center, which we'll talk a little bit about that more in a minute. Also, our career coaches represented Calcasieu Parish School Board at 7 community events across Calcasieu Parish. That's after hours at night to meet with parents and families who have interest in career technical education and other things that we offer. And also, they have met with a few of our team members with local business and industry and partners that we partner with. Some of our highlights in the department, we had over 146 high school seniors last year do the commitment days to commit to furthering their education, either out of a 2-year or a 4-year university, or go straight into the workforce. Now, certainly we had more students who were eligible for this, but 146 took the opportunity to do the official pomp and circumstance, if you will, and do the actual signing. This summer, we had our annual Summer Career Academy. And the Summer Career Academy is something where we bring in a limited number of high school juniors and seniors who have to apply, go through a rigorous interview process, and they get accepted in the areas of ProStar Culinary, Carpentry, Electrical, Welding, Outdoor Power, Automotive Technician, Commercial Arts, Video Production, and Emergency Medical Responder. These students also earn high school credit. They obtain the valuable Advanced State Industry-Based Credential that helps them and the school. And they also receive a stipend of $1,000 for completing that course. And it's just like a job. They must be present on time, meet all the requirements to earn their stipend. But 103 of those students earned a wide range of those credentials in those fields that I listed, which is very, very successful. In fact, one of the most successful summer academy programs in the state. I'm very proud to say that. Please mark your calendars and we'll get this to you. Don't worry about taking notes, but the West Cal Chamber of Commerce is hosting the Master Your Future event that our career coaches are over. And that's October 27th at the West Cal. And then sponsored by the Louisiana Workforce Commission, the very next day, the Youth Summit at the Lake Charles Event Center, where all of our students in Calcasieu Parish have access to these 2 events. We're also hosting our annual College and Career Fair, and that's, I believe that's October 20th. Again, we'll get those dates to you. Also, we added this year in the career and technical education field, working to add the work-based learning program, and that's led by Mr. Christian Brookhouse, who has teaching experience as well as experience from the industry field, which is very beneficial to us. He is working with students at each high school to get them work-based learning jobs or internships in business, industry, or even in the education field of their choosing. And those students who do not have jobs, he's out there successfully locating jobs and getting those students employed where they have experience in that. It gets them a high school credit, and it also helped the school earn extra school performance score points. In our college programs realm, Ms. Abear mentioned some of the facts about dual enrollment, but just real quickly again, from our MSU College Prep and our Swallow Steps program, led by our consultant in the Career Tech Ed department, Ms. Sabra Swallow. Again, we had over 5,100 college credit hours earned in McNeese, over 1,000 college credit hours earned at Swallow Steps, our Swallow Steps program. And interesting, we had 80% of our students enrolled in our programs, 80% had a GPA of 3.4 or higher. 30% actually had ended with a 4.0, which is very good, speaks highly of the teachers and Ms. Sabra Swallow, our consultant, and the work that our students are doing, and our teachers, and the teachers at McNeese and Swallow. Mr. Harvey mentioned a little bit about our rebrand of our 2 career and technical education sites. The staff and students there, and the principal, Mr. Mahoney, felt, and I felt, that we were kind of going through an identity crisis. Some people call it College Street Vocational Center, College Street TNI, LaGrange TNI, Westlake TNI, all these different names. So the staff there, led by Mr. Mahoney and the assistant principal, Mr. Beebe, and Matt Ryan, one of our consultants, worked on a rebrand that was helped push out by our public information officer, Ms. Holland, who did a fabulous job. but it's CTEC, C-T-E-C. That's the official name of the campus. We have one east and west at the current location on College Street in Lake Charles, and also on the campus of Westlake High School. The exciting thing about it, and the rollout over the past week or so, social media has blown up excitingly with the post that we're doing, and we're already getting calls and emails from, believe it or not, business and industry here in the Calcasieu Parish area who had no idea we had these courses to offer. So as hard as we work to advertise and push and drag people in and beg, we're still getting new people, which is exciting. So we're definitely seeing community support increases and partnership possibility increases. Our Ed Rising program, our students attended national conference in Orlando, Florida this summer with our amazing 6 Ed Rising programs. And we had some students to highlight. I want to call out their name in case they can hear outside the door, but Haley Stevens won 2nd place in the National Interactive Bulletin Board competition at Washington Marion High School. We also had 2 students from Washington Marion High School serve as delegates, which is very unheard of, from Washington Marion, Robin Young and Gavin Barchi. And we also had a student named Caden Parle, who passed his 2nd praxis as a high school student. He passed the math praxis last year and the reading praxis this year. So very excited for those students. In the world of visual performing arts, we had over 600 plus Calcasieu Parish middle and high school students participate in all district ensembles. Calcasieu Parish owns the all district ensembles. We had 116 Calcasieu Parish students participate in all state ensembles, the highest in the state, Calcasieu Parish. 3 ensembles received the prestigious Louisiana Music Educator Association Standard of Excellence Award, the Sulphur High School Wind Symphony, the S.J. Wells Cold Choir, and the H.J. Wells Symphonic Band. The first district in Louisiana to earn more than 1, and we earned all 3 in Calcasieu Parish. 3 of our ensembles won the State Select Symphonic Band and Select Choir Awards. We had a Louisiana Outstanding Young Musician Award earned by Andrew Eusty from Sulphur High. Of course, you already know about Mr. Kyle Cook. He was our Milton Award Educator winner. And all that to say, things are moving. The Iowa High School Marching Band participated, was invited, and marched in the National Independence Day Parade. Next year, the Westlake High School Band will be representing Louisiana in the National Independence Day Parade, which says a lot about the work we've been doing in that area. We're really excited under the leadership of Mr. Nick Johnson, Director of Bands Kobe Coco. Molo Middle School now has 80 beginners in beginning band at Molo. And I don't know if they're more excited or if Washington Marion's more excited about that band growing as well. And last but not least, in those areas, we have the amazing theatrical arts programs at Sulphur High, Westlake High, and also a combination between Bard, LaGrange, and a few other schools. And we'll see information about that coming up with upcoming performances and all those things. And that is our update from my department. Thank you.
Any questions for Mr. McCarter?
I just wanted to commend you on the branding. I really like it. It's colorful, it's attention-getting, and I like it. I also wanted to commend the district on providing employability opportunities for our students, because a lot of students don't get to work. They don't have those opportunities, those doors open to them, and certainly not to participate in internships. So I really like that. So I wanted to commend the district and the department.
Any other questions? All right, thank you, Mr. McCarter. We appreciate you. Next up, we will hear from Special Services, who's led by the Administrative Director, Ms. Wendy Hill. Tonight, you will hear from Ms. Krista Folks, who's our supervisor of the Deaf and Hard of Hearing Program, Vision, and APE. I do want to say before Ms. Folks get up to speak that I do always, as coming from that department, but I truly appreciate the Special Services Department. A lot of times we talk about focusing on the whole child, but they do a great job of focusing on the whole family. I constantly hear them talk about, meeting parents where they are instead of expecting them what they're not. Anyone who's ever had a child or a relative that has special needs know that it always takes more. So that department does a phenomenal job of going beyond the call of duty. So I truly appreciate you all.
Thanks. We appreciate you too. Okay, so I'm going to give a little bit of information about the department, just in case you didn't know it. The Department of Special Services and Alternative Programs includes pupil appraisal, response to intervention, speech pathology and assistive technology, early childhood special services through post-secondary, alternative programs, and related services. Our department has been working on alignment across elementary, middle, and high school departments on literacy and numeracy, as well as strengthening our RTI processes within the curriculum. Our Life Academy, which stands for Learning is for Everyone, is a program for students with significant cognitive disabilities, and it is off to a great start this year with 46 students enrolled at McNeese. The program will prepare our 46 students to apply for McNeese's new Prime program, which enables students with significant disabilities to have the opportunity to continue learning at the college level through age 24. Both Life and Prime programs will prepare our students for career and life readiness. Our department also has a custom print shop named Dino Press, which employs CPSB students with disabilities. T-shirts, plaques, signs, and more are created by these students at the shop, which is located at 1618 Mill Street in the assessment building. As for professional development, our department will be offering teachers, paraprofessionals, and other pertinent staff members trainings on a weekly basis. We recognize the need to have current professional development opportunities for employees, especially with the constantly changing laws and policies. We want to ensure that our staff is equipped with knowledge to help our students succeed. As for community involvement and outreach, our department will continue to offer free sign language classes 3 times a year on both sides of the river. And our deaf, hard of hearing, blind, visually impaired students and their families will continue to have opportunities to gather at events such as back to school socials, pumpkin painting at Ponderosa Park, the 4 Ps, cookies with Santa, and the spring resource night with the Easter Bunny. A new event for high school students with special needs is in the works. We've partnered with Families Helping Families on offering a transition resource fair for students and parents to educate them on resources that are currently available for them, but also resources that they'll need post-graduation. All alternative programs are fully staffed and running smoothly. The middle school and high school alternative programs are piloting a new transitional program that helps students be better prepared for their home school upon their return. Overall, our department has been busy getting students and staff situated and preparing for another amazing year. The Department of Special Services and Alternative Programs looks forward to working with all of you up here and out here this year. Thank you.
Anybody have any questions from his folks?
Yes, ma'am.
I just have one comment.
Hey.
I wanted to commend you on the back to school event for students with hearing and with significant disabilities. I thought it was awesome. I thought it was a way to bring our families together. So congratulations on another successful event.
Thanks.
Anybody else? Thank you, folks. We appreciate you. Next up, we will hear from our Administrative Coordinator of Gifted and Advanced Studies, Dr. Lori Caldwell. Before Dr. Caldwell speaks, I do want to commend her too, as you guys have probably paid attention to the local media, but our AP scores are through the roof in the district, actually rising to the occasion and kind of beating out several districts throughout the state. So Dr. Caldwell, you and your staff, I know we probably don't give you applause enough, but I do want to say this. It takes a lot to teach the best of the best students in our district, but it takes even more to recruit the best of the best teachers to teach the best students. That's what that program has done time and time again, so we appreciate you for that.
Thank you. I'm excited to have a few minutes tonight just to share some of the updates from the Advanced Studies Department as we kick off our 25-26 school year. Some background on our department. We have 56 teachers providing gifted and talented visual art services to CPSB students in grades K through 12. Until the end of September, these teachers will be meeting with parents to convene our yearly IEP meetings for all of the gifted and talented. Our elementary SPARK program is serving 360 gifted students from both CPSB schools and private schools in kindergarten through 5th. And currently our elementary talented art program has 67 participating students. In spring of last year, over 300 kindergarten students were screened by our department for our REACH program. We're excited this year to have over 40% of those students who qualified to participate. And on Monday, our REACH teachers will be welcoming 130 students from elementary campuses across the district to begin their REACH classes at our gifted centers located in Dalby Elementary, R.W. Benson Elementary, Westwood Elementary, and Creon Lake Elementary. Teachers at these locations have been hosting REACH orientation nights for parents and students, and this year we were delighted to partner with a representative from World Languages to have a Spanish translator present, ensuring that we communicate fully and effectively with our growing ESL population. In middle school, we have 203 students receiving gifted math and gifted English classes, either at their home school location or bused to a nearby campus that offers those gifted services. Talented art in middle school currently has 47 students. Our middle school teachers utilized our recent in-service days to review and analyze student LEAP scores data as well as D2I data, working on a stronger understanding and use of the data to drive our instruction. As a team, our focus is to identify areas of improvement by teacher, by student, and by grade level, and to implement standards-driven instruction addressing those specific needs. We believe middle level growth will ultimately result in stronger high school scores as our students move up. In our high schools, we have 189 gifted students currently receiving services in grades 9 through 12, and high school talented art has grown to nearly 60 students. We expanded our high school talented art to have services both in Sulphur, at Sulphur High School, as well as at Lake Charles, Boston. Our teachers over the summer have been working on putting together a gifted fuel class that we're really excited to be able to offer this year. It is a work in progress, but we're working on LEAP EOC course review materials accessible to students at each grade level with flexibility, challenge, and differentiated learning styles. We've included SAT and ACT practice, AP course practice and exam prep, college preparation and planning based on students' career interest, and coaching for students on goals and progress monitoring. As Mr. Harvey stated, we recently celebrated phenomenal AP scores for our main exams, with 77% of our AP students scoring a 3 or higher, earning college credit, which reflects a jump from our 62.7% pass rate in 2024. This school year brings more AP course offerings at many of the high school campuses, and we've seen an increased student request for AP classes, and we look forward to continuing to work with high school students, parents, and administrators to meet their needs and bring those opportunities to the students. In total, gifted and talented services will impact over 920 students this school year, providing students with opportunities to foster and build their creativity, critical thinking, analytical reasoning, academics, and social-emotional skills through specialized instruction designed to specifically meet the needs of gifted and talented learners. Entering the 25-26 school year, our vision at the Advanced Studies Department continues to be the creation of the strongest system of holistically focused, gifted, talented, and advanced learning services possible for the students that we serve. Through advocacy, support, and course offerings, we will strive to inspire both personal and academic growth for all gifted, talented, and advanced learners. Goals for this year include increasing elementary level batch screenings to identify students with gifted potential from all elementary campuses, working to decrease disproportionality in the identification of gifted and talented students, engaging in vertical collaboration and discussions from the elementary through high school level to build a system of learning and success in the challenging educational landscapes gifted, advanced, and talented students will encounter. Coaching our high school gifted students to encourage individual academic growth tied to college and career goals, and preparing students with post-graduation life skills needed for college success. And lastly, participating in intensive data review to set departmental goals and identify instructional shifts needed to align with our department's goals. So that's what's happening with us. Any questions? All right, thank you for your time. Yes, sir.
Will you please tell me more about the elementary talented program, and do you expect to expand on the areas of talent that you currently serve?
When you say expand, do you mean outside of visual arts or just offer it, the talented art to more? I've done a lot of discussing about possibly looking into talented theater. I met with Mr. Oxley. It is just discussion at this point, but it's a real possibility if we have the support. I think there's a definite need for it. We have several schools that have expressed an interest in having it and hosting it, so I would love to see it happen, definitely.
Would that also include those students with, who may be gifted with musical abilities?
Music is a much larger and more intensive program to establish. It requires teachers who can teach multiple instruments and travel to different campuses to kind of do one-on-one. It's a little harder to do the group instruction that we typically utilize for our talented art and talented theater. Again, I'd love to see it happen. It takes, I would think it would need more personnel and definitely some support for it. But after listening to what Mr. McArdle said, I mean, it's obvious that we definitely have talented theater and talented music students out there.
I only mention it because I saw something at McNeese where they had some elementary students from across the district performing, and I just thought it would be something we could look into.
I would love to look into it. I'm ready to talk anytime. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Cole. We appreciate it. All right, our next person we're going to hear from is our Director of Federal Programs, Mr. John Spikes. As Mr. Spikes approached the podium, I do, you can hear the money counting as he walks up. But I do want to say, Mr. Spikes, I commend you and your team. As many of you may know, you may not know, but at one point, our Title II and Title IV funds was paused from the federal government. Obviously, we're not up there, but Mr. Spikes really kept us in line. As he said, he never flinched. He always had a plan in place, and so it was good to be able to have someone like Mr. Spikes on our team who was knowledgeable, who has experience, and who kept us calm throughout that time. So, Mr. Spikes, we appreciate you.
Thank you, Mr. Harvey, and good evening, and thank you all. Federal programs. Federal programs support all students, all departments, all N&D sites, and all non-public schools. This is done through Title I, Title II, Title III, Title IV, and McKinney-Vento. Lori Smith will come up and talk about Title II, Title III, and Title IV. And Janethia Bellor will come up and talk about Title I and McKinney-Vento. And also, we placed a handout at your chairs. Ms. Smith?
Good evening, everyone. I'm Lori Smith. As Mr. Spike said, we serve all departments, all students across the district. Title II, Title III, and Title IV do serve all the students. We also serve 4 neglected and delinquent sites and our non-public schools. Family engagement is my primary focus in the district. And we have school policies and district policies that we try to support creative learning and foster collaboration between families. It warms my heart to hear Mr. Rowe talk about the families, and all the departments are reaching out and doing things for the families, so we're trying to meet them where they are. So rest assured that Federal Programs is here to support every department that you see here tonight. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Janecia Bellord. So, as Lori just said, we have Title I funds, and our Title I funds are allocated for financial support of our 44 schools. We have 4 neglected and delinquent facilities and our non-public educational institutions. I am mainly in charge of our McKinney-Vento program, and within that program, we facilitate homeless students. We give them access to education by eliminating enrollment barriers and providing necessary supplies and services for them.
Thank you.
Anybody, any questions for Mrs. Spikes? Ms. Smith? Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Okay, next up, we're gonna have, our new Director of Child Welfare Attendance, Ms. Shannon Folks. Before Ms. Folks, into the mic, I do want to say that, she's a breath of fresh air, with CWA. I can say that her innovative practices, her creativity, but her coaching skill set. When I say that, anyone knows that at CWA, you have to have amazing customer service because you're usually the first line of defense for people who come inside district. We have seen, a very small amount of complaints, and those have usually been handled, in their building. So, Ms. Folks, I appreciate you, your customer service, you and your team, and for just adapting and pivoting with the practices at CWA. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll be short and sweet, okay? This year, out-of-zone permits, we do out-of-zone permits. We've got, done over 1,800 of them this year of our 27,000 students. This bugs me. I want to fix this. Late out-of-zones are 352 of them. They don't meet the deadline. That drives me crazy. So it's going to be my job to try and push that a little bit more, trying to get them on time because it affects transportation. It affects schools, it affects the teachers, you know, so we gotta fix that. I've also started conversations with our tech department to make the process of out-of-zone permits online next year. So I think that's gonna be a huge thing if we can get that online somehow. In-zone permits, July 1st through the 25th, we wrote 753 in-zone permits just for Ward 3. August, we averaged about 122 in-zone permits alone every day. So that's a lot of people going in and out, or new people coming in from out of parish. Now that school started, everything's gonna settle down. I do wanna meet with the high school, the middle school, and the elementary departments. Also, I wanna meet with Positive Connections and CPAS, and we wanna all come to the table and talk and have discussions, how to, a better understanding of everything and how to get everybody on the same page. And that's it. Thank you.
Anybody have any questions for Ms. Folks?
I love it.
Anybody? Thank you, Ms. Folks. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. All right, thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Folks. We appreciate you. Next up, we're going to have, Dr. Michelle Jubel, who's our Administrative Director of Early Childhood. Before Dr. Jubel speaks, obviously I'm going to speak to her department. I will honestly say last year in focusing more K through 12, I apologize to her time and time again because I feel like my focus wasn't in the early childhood. So that has definitely been my focus from the latter part of the last school year through the summer and beginning of the school year. Totally new profound respect for what she does. And I say that because I've spent some days at her facilities. My kneecaps are safe, but the children are definitely, they're in good hands, and I appreciate you. I definitely want to say, Dr. Jubel, your leadership, it sends a message throughout all your staff. It's almost like you guys have a Chick-fil-A model of how people are supposed to be. I've seen the kids like running rampant, but your staff have always kept their food, done the right thing, so I appreciate you for what you do.
Thank you, Mr. Harvey. And at this time, I would like my staff to stand that's here, just to acknowledge the early childhood staff that's present as part of the management team. So just to give you a little background information in regards to the early childhood department, we encompass Type 3 child care centers, Head Start, as well as pre-K-4 programs. And we also support 2 charter schools within our community. That's a total of about 1,300 children that we support within Calcasieu Parish when it comes to early childhood. Some of the things that we've done and will continue to do in the area of early childhood is we have a literacy initiative that we have in place with the Louisiana Department of Ed. As most of you know, we are unable to serve just every child within our early childhood program because we have criteria that is developed by the State Department that determines which children are eligible for pre-K. But one of the initiatives that we have in place for those children that don't qualify for the grant-funded pre-K program is a literacy initiative where the families are sent an invitation via the Calcasieu for All database, where they're invited to come once a month to receive literacy resources. It's a little bag that they have, and they have board books and activity books for the children. They come in, and the parents, we have a representative that's located at John F. Kennedy that comes once a month, and they go over the games and materials that are in the bag with the family, and then they take the bag home, bring it back, and they get new resources every month from the Early Childhood Community Network. So that's one way that we're not able to serve all children, but we definitely are exposing the children within Calcasieu Parish, whether they're in our program or not, to some literacy opportunities. We also have a partnership in conjunction with the Federal Programs Department where we are supporting Type 3 child care centers along with Head Start and Pre-K with a Waterford subscription. So all of our children have a Waterford account that they use at home, and the parent is even extended throughout the summer for the children. And so it's an interactive game that the children are able to play about 15 minutes a day. And so they have their own accounts. The lessons are tailored to the skill set of where the child is. And so we have those opportunities available in some of our local child care centers, as well as in our Head Start and Pre-K program. Some of the other things that we're doing in early childhood, as Mr. Harvey just stated, he does love us. We have a fatherhood initiative, and Mr. Harvey was one of our keynote speakers last year at one of our luncheons for our fathers. Fatherhood is big in the area of Head Start, and so we are working to involve our fathers more within our program. We do a lot of parental engagement activities with our mothers, but we wanted to ensure that our fathers were included in our program initiatives as well. So every other month, we have an opportunity for the dads to come in, and it's so much fun. And when I tell you they pack the house, they pack the house. They come in their uniforms, but they are there just supporting their babies. Typically, we try to do something fun with them. They build turkey traps with their children and different things that they do, activities, STEM activities with the kids. But it's an initiative that we try to do every other month to get our fathers involved within our program. It also makes our moms jealous sometimes. We also have a STEM initiative that's within our program as well. We were given the opportunity this year to hire a STEM coach full-time to support our Head Start and Pre-K program. So that individual is going to be in the classroom motivating our children and engaging our teachers in the area of STEM for this upcoming year. As most of you are aware as well, we still will continue to have our policy council. They typically come in October where we introduce them, but that's a local government, governmental board that's made up of Head Start parents. Those individuals have children within our program where they are able to make decisions when it comes to what happens with our program for that particular school year. Some other things that we definitely will continue is our job embedded professional development with our CKLA as well as our Eureka consultant. Those individuals come quarterly to our programs. They go in, they do observations with our teachers, and then they attend DLCs where they engage with the teachers on things that are going well in the classrooms and areas to improve. Our teachers really truly grow in the area of their everyday instruction by having those opportunities with the consultants that implement the curriculum. Lastly, I'm just gonna share one other thing we do in conjunction with the Federal Programs Department. We also have Parenting Partners, which is our research-based parenting curriculum that we utilize throughout our programs. Our parents participate in about a 7-week program where they come in and they learn parenting skills, the importance of putting your baby to bed early, best practices when it comes to disciplining their children. Those types of things are the topics. And so we have those, we do in the fall, we do Parenting Partners, and in the spring, we do Calm and Kindness with the families. And so that concludes my presentation. Are there any questions?
Can I attend the parenting partner?
Mr. Clayton, anytime. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Whitaker. We appreciate it. Our next person could not be here because she is working on special projects, but I still want to take the time to give her a just due. That is our Director of Assessment and Accountability, Ms. Dial Barrington. She couldn't be here tonight because of the project that she's working on, but I do want to say that I want to thank her for the job that she does. Those of you who may not know, but the reports that's breaking down, I'm going to say specifically for me, but I know that stands for everybody behind me. But to be able to readily break down a report and analyze data so that we can go back and make decisions in real time for the district is key. And that's what Ms. Barrington does. She's the person that you may not see out because she's always behind the scenes. And just like our support staff makes our district go, she definitely makes the CNI department go. So I truly appreciate her for doing what she does. Next up, we will have our Coordinator of Teacher and Leader Supports, Ms. Julie Span. As Ms. Span approached the mic, I do want to say hats off to her and the job she does throughout the year, but specifically what just happened recently, which we know we talked about the funding being cut and being able to make a lot of something out of nothing. Ms. Span welcomed more than 200 teachers, if I'm not mistaken, to our district, and I mean it was world class. So Ms. Span, I thank you for what you do, not just to prepare us for the school year, but what you do throughout the year. You appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you for taking some of my updates here. Good evening, everybody. How are y'all tonight? I just want to start with a few highlights from 24-25 from the Office of Teacher Leader Support. Last year, we increased our orientation for new hires to a 3-day to enhance the supports that they have for a strong start. We also expanded our number of active mentors from 265 mentors to 319, and collectively, they provided more than 56,000 mentoring hours to our new hires, as credited to the log that they enter for us. To date, we have 296 teachers and administrators who have earned the state mentor certification, which is required for mentoring anyone who's pursuing certification towards teaching. And then for professional development last year, we had new teachers and mentors participate in over 10,000 hours of professional development, which doubled what we had done the prior year. So we're hoping to beat that again this year. For the 3rd year in a row, we had one of our new teachers of the year reach the state finalist level. So we can't take credit for it, but we're real proud of it. And then in Bullseye last year, that's our platform that provides informal feedback to teachers. The folks in this room, along with all school leaders, conducted over 10,000, seems to be the number here, I'm noticing, almost 10,000 feedback sessions, which is helping to grow our teachers and their instructional practices. Looking ahead, my administrative assistant, Melissa Bilodeau, who I couldn't do this work without, and I continued to build on last year, especially expanding where is needed. With this year's record number of new hires, we're prioritizing obviously support and retention. We expect all of our new hires, because of the funding pause, Mr. Spikes and I are still friends, because of the funding pause, we're a little bit late getting those mentors pushed out, but we expect them to all have an assigned school-based mentor by next week. And then we'll be pushing out now the PD opportunities that will be available for our new hires this school year. Like Mr. Harvey was saying, we had over 200 teachers attend orientation this year. Our theme was Bright Futures Begin With Us. And if you've never experienced the energy of having all of those folks in one room together on the first day, I would like to formally invite you to attend next year's first day new teacher orientation. It's a special experience and one that I'm privileged to be able to be a part of. Another huge thanks, it's a big event, and it's a huge thanks to Melissa, but also to the colleagues that I have in this room, the colleagues at Broad Street and in our technology department. They really share their knowledge, their time and support to set us up for success. Also CFT for feeding our folks on that first day of new teacher orientation. They bring in a load of food for them. And our personnel department is really running those folks through quickly so that we can grab them and invite them to orientation before school starts. And that's no small feat. The number of teachers who are pursuing alternate certification these days is definitely growing. We currently have about 85 of our CPSB teachers who are in their final phase of certification. More than that are already in the process. But in the final phase of certification as a practitioner, they're being supported with those state credentialed mentors that are required from our mentors here at CPSB. With that need, we're also partnering with McNeese. We currently have 40 undergraduate residents who are placed full-time in our classrooms across the district with those credentialed mentors. And it's no longer a one-semester student teaching experience. It's a 2-semester residency in their final year of education. And then we have 35 CPSB teachers who've just stepped up and are going to pursue their mentor credentials through the course that McNeese will be offering. And so we pay for that, not we, CPSB pays for their tuition for that course, and then we also give them a stipend to thank them for their commitment in getting that credential. Last year, we worked with an LDOE committee to develop a scoping sequence designed to provide guidance and resources specifically for mentors to help them better support new teachers, because they really kind of get thrown out there. Hey, you're a strong teacher, go support new teachers. We're looking to improve that. And so this year, I'll be engaging a small group of mentors with the LDOE Mentor Expansion Pilot. And we're going to be applying this new scope and sequence model. And if all goes well, we expect to expand it district-wide next year. And then I'm also excited this year to serve as an LDOE Recruitment and Retention Fellow, and hope to learn great new recruitment and retention strategies from leaders statewide and bring those back to share, because it's all of our role, right, to recruit and retain our teachers. Our actions and decisions daily are part of that. And at this time, the work from my office is largely funded from federal programs and grants department, and without them, we would really struggle. And I just really want to commend them and thank them for all the things that they do for us to make sure that our new teachers and mentors are supported. We're excited about serving alongside our team. We're looking forward to a wonderful year. We love what we do. We have high expectations for this school year, and we are, excited to continue supporting our leaders, teachers, and mentors. Thank you all.
Anybody? Question from the committee?
Excellent program. I have been a part of the new teacher, and the energy in the room is just unbelievable. I'd like to pour some of that on some of our 20 teachers. And y'all, you do an excellent job of following through. I've had new teachers reach out to me, and then I'll reach out to you and help connect the dots. So the new people are getting more and more comfortable with saying, hey, I need help. And that's huge. Love. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Okay, last and certainly not least, we have our library consultant, Ms. Beth Ferguson, coming up to give us a report. I do want to say this, Ms. Ferguson, I appreciate you. I know sometimes you kind of feel like you're on an island, but we appreciate what you do, not just to advocate for the librarians, our employees, but to advocate for the needs and continue to provide resources for our students, and being equitable across the board. So I appreciate that, because you do a lot that a lot of people don't see, and it's just not for one school, it's two schools, but across our district. So I appreciate that.
Thank you so much. I'm very passionate about my librarians, and y'all know that. I've come to school board meetings and expressed that. It's going to be hard for me to keep it under 5 minutes, but I'm going to do it. He put me last on purpose, I think, so I can wrap it up. I gave you a handout, a blue sheet, and it has some of the resources that we provide for the district. This is just kind of an overview, so you could see how hard
my librarians are working every day. We provide a lot of books, and everybody thinks that's all we do, but Ms. Phyllis knows better. We do a lot of online things for them also, so this way we can reach all the schools. I don't have a librarian or a library at our early childhood or our CPAS locations, but we do provide digital resources for them, so they are always, they can always access all this. And Mr. Burr, they can also access at home and continue to work on things at home through their launch pad, we call it, so they just log in like y'all have that as well. And so these assets I feel like are very important for our families to continue the education at home. So you can see we have some large numbers on this sheet where we almost reached that 1 million physical books being checked out last year, but we're working on it real hard. Today I checked, just since August 8th, we've already circulated 34,000 books in our schools already. And the middle schools and high schools haven't really kicked off yet because they're waiting to have their orientation with their students. So that's really basically our elementary schools. Priya and Lake Elementary has already circulated over 6,000 books. It's amazing what librarians can do. Just turn them loose and boy, they can really work. And then you'll see some other products there that reach our students for the needs that they have. The Scholastic Book Flicks is a way that elementary students can see a fiction and a nonfiction book compared and contrasted and to see, about the same subject. And so like if you're reading a funny book about ants, you can also read a nonfiction book about ants right there on the same platform. So it's a really great product, and you'll see there was 238,000 sessions. It's reaching a need with the teachers and the students. I want to get you excited about this year and tell you about some new things we're doing. So you've heard from everybody up here how we're all supporting the literacy initiative for the state, and we're a part of that as well. I was so excited to be a part of that with my librarians when we were asked to kind of help with some of the assessment of the needs and then to provide some backup to that. That's what we do. We're literacy professionals, so it's exciting for us. Our middle school particularly is helping with some of that testing. I know Mr. Clanton knows they're hands-on right now helping with that. And Ms. Dalmain's been in contact with me about how the high school librarians are going to be a part of that process. Elementary as well, they're always there waiting for those kids that have needs and filling that need. So we are also in that literacy initiative, helping with the screening and then supporting how to raise those literacy scores with our students. A real exciting thing that we had this year that just kind of fell out of the sky for us, but it's exciting, is back in the spring, the Louisiana Department of Education's STEM department was going to come to Calcasieu Parish and watch one of my librarians teach a STEM lesson in anticipation of looking for a district who would pilot a STEM program in the libraries. I was so happy for that because we're already providing a lot of STEM activities, but the Louisiana Department of Education wanted us to have a part in that. Very exciting. And so we're doing that now, and I sent my librarians to a full day of STEM training at the Region 5 STEM Center. Mr. Mark Arsenault was very excited about it too, and so they had a lot of fun learning activities that they can bring to the library. The reason the Louisiana Department of Education is looking for this in the libraries in particular is it's because it's a safe place without getting a grade, where they can work in groups with other students to complete an activity. That way our students learn social skills that are really needed right now. We've seen a real lack of being able to get along socially since since COVID and all the shutdown. It looks like our students needed more time, and we don't have as much recess as we used to have and all those things. So this is an opportunity for them to work together and do projects or make something or even just put a puzzle together. And so we have, my department supplied a lot of games and activities that will fulfill some of that, and then Mr. Arsenault gave them lots of ideas. So I'm so excited about that. So we get to be a part of Calcasieu Parish. Your teachers and your schools get to be a part of an initiative with the state, and we're piloting for the whole state. Some of the things my librarians are doing too is they're switching to more of a, looking at our libraries with a marketing eye. So how can we make our libraries more appealing to our students. So instead of just walking in a room and seeing the back of all the books, which we call the spine, now you're gonna see them, what will look like Books A Million. So you'll have books facing forward, you'll have books that are displayed all over the library. So it's called dynamic, and that's what we wanna do. If you'll go visit your libraries, which I have that as my last point, but I want to tell you right now, I want you to go visit and go see librarians and see what they're doing. But you'll see a change. You'll start to notice that it looks a little different than when maybe you were in school or your children were in school. So it's going to have a little bit more marketing edge to it. A new product that we are, I'm so happy that you supported in the budget. Is a product called Beanstack. The Calcasieu Parish Public Library already uses Beanstack, and I felt like it would be seamless that we would also use it in our schools. It is a program where students read books and they log their minutes. And we thought, well, how does that have any accountability to it? And so for about 3 years, I've been approached with the public library wanting us to be a part of it as well. And I didn't see any accountability for it. Oh, you can just log minutes? That doesn't sound like, how are you going to make sure they really read the book? But now there's AI, and AI can ask you questions. So when the students go to log in their minutes, the AI kicks in, and it's called Benny, and he starts asking you questions. It's very literacy based. So it's asking you questions about the story to see if you understand. And that's what teachers usually are able to do one-on-one with students, in the old days. But now I don't have as much time to do that. Ask, what did you understand about the character? What was your favorite part? So this AI can do that. The students in middle school have just gone crazy over this product. And so they can challenge each other to read more minutes. They can challenge their teacher to see how many minutes they're reading. And they can even challenge other schools. It's been very popular. The grant department was very gracious to buy us a trial last year so we could see if it was worth, purchasing, and it was phenomenal. So thank you for supporting that in our budget. So like I said, we're on track to beat our last year's goal. So you're going to see these numbers soon really jump up. And I want to see you. I'm in the libraries all the time in the schools, and I'm going to be looking for you. I want you to come visit. I want you to come read. I want you to come sit down in we're even going to more comfortable seating and places that makes you feel like you're just there to enjoy reading, which is what we want to do. And so come sit in one of those comfortable chairs and just read a book and let the kids see you reading. It would be a great thing. Thank you so much.
Comment. I know it's a Thursday night and you've all worked very, very hard today and y'all are off to a grand start. I want to tell you I really appreciate you, hope they do too. Y'all coming out, your time is very valuable. I know you have families at home, you could be doing something else. But thank you for spending your time with us and sharing with us what you are doing in the workforce. Appreciate y'all.
So as we get ready to close, I do have a final statement. As you can see, we say this time and time again, but the C&I department definitely contains several experts. The things that you were presenting tonight, I always tell them this when we have our departmental meetings, this is a department full of experts. And they truly are. They do a phenomenal job. They go beyond the cause to do what's good for our babies, what's best for our babies. Before I close, I do want to say, I definitely want to thank the person who controls the chaos in our office. But Ms. Anna, I appreciate what you do. She definitely holds it together. Everybody gives me I want to definitely mention our Chief Operating Officer, Mr. Barrington, because without him providing the personnel, none of this would be possible. And then certainly, last not least, but our Superintendent, Dr. Jason Van Meter, because he truly gives us the full autonomy to do what's best for children. There's never a restriction or anything when we got to do what's best for children. So Dr. Van Meter, Mr. Barrington, I appreciate you. And also, obviously, I'm never going to not thank the person to my left because he keeps us out of litigation. And we obviously been having several meetings like this, so I appreciate you. I really, really do. And this concludes our report.